Hello everyone. In this video, I'm going to show you how you can make better business decisions. You might think this is not learnable. This is just natural, right? But I'm going to use the rest of the video to prove to you that it is actually learnable. There is a systematic way to make consistent business decisions. So some words about myself. My name is Xiaolu Xu. I'm a data expert, and my mission is to help businessmen, businesswomen make better data-driven business decisions. I have helped my own company and my clients' companies to make analysis about sales, about marketing, stock, supply chain, you name it. And I'm going to teach all of the information I've learned from these different projects to you for free. Let's keep on watching. The question today is, how do people make good decisions? I have observed a lot of decisions in my own company, from the famous company in the world, and the good business decisions always only have one thing in common. It is they are data-driven. If a decision is data-driven, it means that it is systematic. So if you have the same input, you can always expect the same output. If you feed into the system 100 times the same thing, you get 100 times the same results. That's what I mean by systematic. And the second feature is that it's not based on emotion or intuitions. This is so important. People said you should really make decisions when you are calm, when you are relaxed, when you are not stressed. This is because you don't want your emotions to play into the role. The further away you stay from emotion and intuition, the more rational your decision is. But if you follow the data-driven path, you will never ever make a decision just based on soul emotion. And lastly, a data-driven decision is always scientific. Managers think that in order to make better decisions, they need to hire better personals. So they could mean that they will go out to consultancies or they will just spend more money. People always associate money with value. So you see that this is people dependent. So if you hire a different person who has a different background, you seem to make different decisions. This is the reasoning behind it. But I can really tell you that even if you are given, if you have the best personals, but you have the false data or incorrect data or just data with poor quality, that person cannot make good decisions. This is as simple as that. And the second objection I always face is that I am from a certain industry. You don't know about industry. How could you make decisions if you don't know the industry, right? But I want to prove to you that a good decision making is not industry specific. So let me give you examples, right? We all know about gravity. So the gravity works differently on Earth and Moon because its coefficient is different. The gravity coefficient on the Moon is 1/6 of that on Earth. The basic law of gravity still hold the same. You probably think that I have quite a unique way of customer acquisitions that is very specific to my industry, right? But you can, this doesn't affect the quality of the decision if you follow a data-driven way. It's just like you have different coefficient of your own industry, if that makes sense to you. And the last thing is about reproducible and repeatable decision makings. I cannot stress this enough. Like I see a lot of business owner, they have a great success because they are lucky, right? So you see that there are a lot of opportunity every day, and somebody just get lucky and catch a chance. But if you don't know the science behind business, and you don't know the science behind business decision making, you cannot reproduce your success. You basically will lose in the end what you earned by chance. So I can give you a relatable example. Let's assume you just win a certain kind of lottery. You see this on newspaper every day. The people who get rich from lottery, they seem to lose all the money eventually. That is because they do not have the ability to invest. They don't have the ability to deal with money. So as a business owner, it is equally important that you really master the science of decision making so that even though you get rich, you got this business chance by certain chance or just by pure luck, you can still continue. You will like become better and you will scale up. You can basically repeat your own experience. So we have talked so much about good business decisions, but what are they? Like what exactly qualified as a good business decisions? Well, a lot of common mistake is that people think that a decision is only good if and only if that is dramatically successful, right? As if these business owners they already know the future of the market, right? So I can name some very famous business decisions like Netflix shift from DVD to online streaming and online TV series because DVD is basically dying. And also this Ford introduction of the assembly line, which increased the productivities, or the Amazon's decision to expand from selling books to selling everything basically nowadays. Or it's just this Zara's fast fashion approach. They basically operate on a very low stock and rely heavily on the supply chain. I really don't want you to stress yourself into thinking that in order to make good decisions, I need to be the genius. Good is not equals to perfect. You don't need to be a genius, right? Everybody start from making bad decisions until the day they learn everything and think about every aspects of their industry and start making good decisions. And good can just mean that you act a little bit better, like 0.01% better than your opponent. That's enough. And the other way to look at what is good is to really look at what is actually considered to be bad. This is actually a dynamic process, meaning that in different stages of the companies, some good decision can turn into bad decisions, and bad decision can turn into good decisions. So I'll give you examples. So let's look at Apple in the beginning, right, when Apple is not that famous, that nobody knows about, it's just a personal computer. The strategy of Apple is basically be very aggressive. They come up with fresh new idea that the whole market haven't seen before, and they went really, really well. But I think after iPhone 6 or 7, they started playing it safe, right? You see, every year on September, there is a new release from Apple, and this iPhone always seems to look the same. Is it like they're not creative anymore? I don't think so. It's just a business strategy they choose. They choose to play it safe because based on how many users they have, they can just continue to earn a lot of profits if they just don't piss off any of their users. So that's the intuition behind it. So a good decision today may not be a good decision tomorrow. So let's talk about bad decisions. The decisions that are unarguably bad at all times. So let me give you the example of my own industry. So I'm currently in the solar industry. We sell solar panels, solar inverters, and solar batteries to big distributors. And what happened last year, in year 2022, is that because of the war, there is this skyrocketing of this electricity price. So I also attach a picture of the involvement of the price from year 2019 to now. So you see in 2022 to 2023, it's just like on normal. This price is not like acceptable for a lot of households. So they have decided to, instead of buying it from someone, they will just manufacture themselves, right? They will just install a solar panel on their rooftop and don't have to pay these expensive bills. And as a result of it, there is this market shortage of supply because this demand is pretty not predictable at some point. Then what happened is that a lot of competitors from us and also ourselves, we start to manufacture like crazy, right? Because this shortage is everywhere. Like every big distributor in the market cannot get good solar panels at that time. We are running out of stock in Germany and also in Netherlands, and basically it's affecting all the European countries. And then it's just like the same decisions, right? So all of the competitors and ourselves make the same decisions that we have to manufacture more. And then what happened? In year 2023, suddenly this war seems to not end, but it's kind of stagnating, and the electricity price go back to normal. I can even tell you some days in July the electricity price is actually negative because like there are vacations in Germany and we don't need electricity at that point. As a result of that, people stop buying solar panels. And at the same time, what's even worse is that we have a large overstock. So it's like basically I think there's demand and supply imbalance because there is latency between something is being manufactured on to the time that it's ready to be shipped and to the time it's actually shipped. Right, so this latency means that our decisions are always cannot be up to date with what the market. So right now we are in a price war of solar industry. I think you probably know about this. Um, Huawei and also our brand have this promotion plans. Basically, because we have overstock everywhere. Like people have to exhaust their current stock in order to buy new products, in order to buy new models, right? So this is we're entering a price war. How is that related to bad decisions, right? Because I see this cycle a lot of times because there is latency, there is time needed to actually manufacture it, and when everyone have their product manufactured, the market no longer need it. So it's like this kind of demand and supply mismatch. It's just so it happens so a lot of time, right? I can even tell you the future involvement of the scenario because right now everybody is overstock and enter into a price war. The second tier or the third tier manufacturers will be kicked out of the market because they don't have enough capital to play this game of price war. And because suddenly 2/3 of the company just go bankrupt and doesn't enter this competition anymore. 1 year from now, like 2024 or 2025, you will see a lot of resources are gathering towards the top 10 manufacturers. This is like that will be true, and then you will see a price increase again. So this is like a cycle, right? But how is that related to decision making, right? What I'm telling you that this is a very typical scenario that you could make better decisions if you already know that this industry cycle exists. For example, so like the price war only happens if you have very similar products as that of your competitors. So you could try to specialize in a certain field where a competitor is not good. For example, localized customer support or a better relationship with installers, so on and on. So the key point is that you could make a decision that my product, there is going to be a price war, first of all. And secondly, in order to be not involved in the price war, because the price war is not good for anybody in the end. I mean, it's good for consumers, but it's not good for the industry overall. So instead of going to the price war, you should really specialize your products so that your product is so special that people will not compare your product with your with your opponent's product. So this is basically one way to get rid of the competitions. And just by knowing that a price war could happen, you could make so many actions beforehand. For example, you could try to play it safe, right? Do not manufacture as much as the market demands, but rather think about the transportation or just go on a low stock, right? Thanks for paying close attention and staying with me up to now. If you are a business owner, if you have a certain kind of business problem that you want to solve, and what I said really resonate with you, feel free to schedule a one-to-one discovery call with me. The link is in the description below. And one more thing, do you still remember my name? I know I have a very weird Chinese name. So if you do not, feel free to subscribe and like my channel so that you'll never miss my content. I will continue producing high quality content that will help you make better business decisions. See each other next time.